So the Nigerian system that can be described as that of a lunatic are finally giving Sowore freedom. The freedom that is supposed to be his fundamental human right as enshrined in the Nigerian constitution was denied him. This man was invited to the police station. What did Egbetokun do? Egbetokun, who is an illegal inspector general of police that has served 35 years and has refused to leave, detained him and they forced him to write a statement. And against his own wish, they wanted him to write and he refused, and then they started brutalizing him. Sowore, that is known to fight for people's freedom, people to ensure that people get their fundamental human rights, restored. He was the one that was now being brutalized, and you trust his followers stormed the place, and then there was protest, massive protest. After 48 hours, they released him, and he has come out to make statement. But while he was in detention, that they granted press, to come and see him and all of that, he's called Egbetokun and Tinubu foolish. That keeping him there is foolishness, and that Nigeria has turned into a banana republic under the watch of Tinubu, and now he has been released. Now let's move on to another interesting one.
As you can see now, I thank my brother there. I'm the older brother, by the way. You guys know I came very well. I don't sleep since then. Okay, Mr. Thank you. Great meeting, all you guys out there, black boy, very good. Revolution has just started.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there's not anybody can do that. Nigeria will start. Talking to you with the African. Once in a while, they have to cry. We see whether we are still the people who say we are. Yes. So when they try it and it doesn't work, then they capitulate. All right. So thank you, everybody. Today I'm going to give them a bit of a break. Atiku, thank you. I heard you issue a statement. Peter Obi, thank you. JT, man, where you are. Everybody was talking about here, the Nigerian too. Very dark man, Baba Ye, you won, take it back, guys. Mama P. Oh, Mama P, yes. I've never met you, even though I've heard a lot about you in Abuja. I hope to meet you one of these days. I saw Wise Man in Lagos, Jamil, everybody that's seeking, H3. The crew that came all the way from Lagos, I think they came here for a purpose and they found this. And I have to also especially thank all those retired policemen that I thought we are together until the exit CPS, and all our police friends. We have already created a police movement, so they will hear from you.
That's all right, boy, your hands, sir.
All right, guys. So we're going back to war.
Aluta continues.
Of recent, it was reported that El-Rufai said that Peter Obi won the last election, 2023 election. If that is in public domain, I believe Sowore also knows that this is true. And instead of Sowore to continue with his revolution now, why not join forces with the ADC and remove this illegal president we have? If genuinely Peter Obi won the election, because Sowore knows that he alone cannot. Nigeria is not ripe for the kind of revolution he's talking about right now. So why not come team up with Atiku, team up with El-Rufai, team up with Peter Obi, let Peter Obi be the front man, and then let them look for one northern vice, and let Peter Obi do the 4 years, and let Peter Obi teach them the act of governance. Let him teach them. He wants to set a kind of template, a blueprint that all can follow. And then in the end, it goes back to the north. And when power goes back to the north and they serve their 8 years, it's coming back to the south. Then people like Sowore would have been ripe enough, to come with that revolution now, because he will not just go underground completely. And by that time, he could be compensated by the powers that be and say, okay, let this man rule. This guy deserves a place in that place, because all his life as a student union activist, now as a human rights activist, he has been committed to ensuring that Nigeria becomes a better place. Let me know your thoughts on that. Now let's move on to another one. Now, talking about a very confused individual, a man who thinks he has become God only because he has had a successful musical career, a man who is on the decline, who has not been producing any new song, no other than Wasiu Ayinde Marshal. Now, this is the face of the lady who almost sent him to the world beyond, and she is no other than Captain Oloranti Oguyi, a Yoruba woman from the same place. If this woman were to be a Fulani or an Igbo person, it would have been as if there was an agenda to cut off that man's head. But thank God she is Yoruba, because she felt that people cannot continue to display such shenanigans and go away with it. People had businesses to go and execute in Lagos. They were on that plane, and this man single-handedly wanted to stop the plane. And eventually now, people have helped him to construct, statements spoken in his own Yoruba kind of English, and he has apologized because he saw that people were madly against what he did, and that he didn't get any support from anybody, not from even his own Yoruba people. And then he came to put up a fake apology, an apology that was written for him, by some of his aides, with ChatGPT. And then he should not forget that section 459A of the Criminal Code Act in the Nigerian quickly talks about obstructing aircraft, that anybody that obstructs an aircraft that is about to take off on the tarmac has committed an offense and should be jailed for 2 years. This is a treacherous thing. And for the very first time, I heard BOK of TVC News, the man that has since been compromised since Tinubu came to power, come out to talk fairly and truthfully on this matter, and said that this can be likened to an act of terrorism. And in some countries, this man could have been shot right there, dead, because he was carrying out a treasonous or a terrorist act. And then in the end, this man is there coming to issue an apology instead of going to jail. They've started the investigation. If this man doesn't sense jail, or if he doesn't pay a fine up to about 5 to 10 million naira, then Nigeria is indeed a joke, and Tinubu doesn't know what he's doing. Now let's move on. Finally, days ago, there was this report of a plane crash, or I think helicopter crash in Ghana, that took the life of a minister and some other people. And this is very, very sad. And just this following day, we saw another one in America where another helicopter crashed. Now, before then, helicopters have crashed in different parts of the world. So it is now becoming a trend that either a plane will crash or a helicopter will crash almost every 2 or 3 days. Something needs to be done about this. It's very, very sad. Ghana buries minister, others killed in helicopter crash, as reported on Channels Television. My sympathy goes to the families of those who lost their loved ones, but the aviation industry or agency or authority all over the world should do a kind of overhaul of all the existing aircraft, helicopters, anything that flies, so that they will ensure that people's lives are saved. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I remain your boy Ernest Omosupe Adebayo Okoje, signing out.